Hi guys, welcome to my second video. I am the Hope Chunky and I'm a mental health advocate. I just got home and I'm trying to wash off the day from myself, but I just feel like I need to do this video before I change my mind. Okay, I just want to share with you something that is very, very important. If you think you are depressed, then stop everything, stop assuming, and get yourself real help. And when I say real help, I mean go to a professional, go talk to a doctor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a counselor, a therapist, or just any medical professional. Go to a GP, share with them your symptoms, whatever's going through in your life right now, because going to going to your friends for help can make you feel better for like a few hours or even for a few days. But what happens when that feeling of isolation, that feeling of anxiety, that feeling of panic, that feeling of self-doubt, that feeling of wanting to just end it all, almost seemingly for no reason at all, comes back, and your friends are not around, and your mind is telling you, no, don't call them, don't bother anybody, don't let yourself be somebody else's problem. You can handle it yourself. No, please, I beg you, please go to a medical professional. Put a label, put a name to whatever you're going through. It doesn't make sense to self diagnose or to ask your friends to help you find out what kind of illness you might have, whatever is causing all these changes in your brain and in your mind. I know it's the same. Um, so tonight I'm going to share with you a list of symptoms that medical professionals take into consideration before they diagnose you with depression or other mental health problems. Okay, I went over to psychiatry.org and here's the list of depression symptoms, which can vary from mild to severe. It may include everything or it just may be some of these symptoms, but I cannot tell you. You have to go to a doctor and get them to assess you properly and correctly and early. Okay, here are the symptoms. If for at least 2 weeks you've been feeling all this, then there is a chance that you might have depression. Okay, number one, you're feeling sad or having a depressed mood. Maybe there's a reason, maybe there's no reason at all. Number two, you've lost interest or pleasure in all the activities you once enjoyed. For me, when I became depressed in 2015, it was the first thing to go was football, and then makeup, and then dating, and then music, everything. Nothing was fun, nothing was enjoyable, nothing, not my friends, nobody. Number three, changes in appetite. Either you're eating too much or you're losing weight and you're not even dieting. You don't feel any appetite. You could go on for maybe even a whole day or even 2 days. For me, it was 3 days. I'm not saying I didn't eat for 3 days. I just meant that maybe I ate something very insubstantial once a day. And I never felt hungry. When I felt hungry, I told myself that it would pass anyway. There is no need to eat. Number four, you have trouble sleeping, insomnia, or you're not sleeping at all. It could even vary. Today you could be very, very, very sleepy. There's no point going and getting out of bed. But then tomorrow, you're like awake for like 48 hours straight. And you feel tired and not tired all at the same time. Number one, two, three, four, five. Okay, this, as I said, loss of energy or increased fatigue. You could stay in bed the whole day for 2 days. For me, it was 3 days. Yeah, my housemates thought I was out of the house the whole time for those whole 3 days, that I've been like gallivanting outside or busy at work. But no, I was just in bed, doing nothing, talking to nobody. Number 6, there's an increase in purposeless physical activity. For example, you are unable to sit still, you're always pacing, your hand wringing, or there's a slow movements or speech. I remember in the midst of depression, I would go to work during the day and I would be walking so slowly. I don't know, at the back of my mind, I was thinking, there's no point going to wherever it is that I'm going. It doesn't matter if I'm early or if I'm late. It doesn't even matter if I get there. I'm just walking very, very slowly while the rest of the world, everybody else is passing by so quickly. It didn't matter. Moving didn't matter. But slow movements or speech should be noticeable by others as well. It can't just be something that's in your head. So maybe a friend or a family member told you, like, why are you talking so slow? Why are you moving so slow? What is wrong with you? If they notice it, then you should notice it too. Okay, next symptom. You're feeling worthless or guilty. There could be a reason, but for depressed people, when I was depressed years ago, that feeling came from everywhere. It wasn't just because of one reason. I was overwhelmed, not just with worthlessness, but mainly with anger and guilt. I felt very, very guilty about a whole lot of things, and maybe I had reason to be guilty, maybe I didn't, but I don't know. I just felt it the whole time. Okay, next symptom. You have difficulty thinking, concentrating, or making decisions. I'm sure all of you who think you're depressed right now, or actually depressed right now, you've experienced this symptom maybe at work, maybe while talking to your loved one or to a friend, just like, I can't even answer a simple question from my friend when she asked me, like, what are you doing 5 years from now? I said, I don't know. Okay, then she said, like, 3 months from now. I said, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow or after we've spoken. Don't ask me to make any decisions. I really don't care. That's what depressed people go through. The feeling of not caring enough to make, like, even the smallest decision to what? Take a bath, get out of the room, eat, no, rest, call a friend, read. No, we just sit there. We just sit in our beds. We just sit in one corner and do nothing except get lost in our thoughts. Okay, last symptom, and this is the most severe. Okay, you have thoughts of death or suicide. You just want to be gone. You just want to get away from it all. You just want to leave this world. When they ask you sometimes, does that mean death? Does that mean, you can even answer like, I don't know, I just want to not be here. Here with you, here on this earth, here in this life. Okay, if you have been experiencing all those symptoms for at least 2 weeks now, then maybe just maybe you have depression. But you know what? I don't know that. And you don't know that. You know who would know that? The doctor, the psychiatrist, the therapist, the psychologist. You know, if you are worried that going to the doctor means that you are so weak that you can't fight it by yourself, that you can't fight for yourself on your own, please, please stop that kind of thinking. You know, it takes more courage to ask and get help and to help yourself with the assistance of others who are actually qualified to help us make sense of what we're going through and how to help ourselves properly in a healthy way, in a non self destructive way. It takes more courage to do that than to pretend to be brave and strong and just stay where you are, stuck wherever you are, reading about depression online, asking friends about depression, reading books and everything. Those things would help later on. You know, when you have finally put a label, when you have finally actually defined what it is that you're going through. Because you know what? It may not even be depression. It could be a thyroid problem. It could be a gut problem. It could be a brain problem. But then, you'll never know. We don't know. We who love you so much, we, your friends, your family members, we don't know. We don't know what the hell we're talking about when we say things that we thought are going to be helpful to you. There are people who actually paid good money to be experts at this kind of thing. Go reach out. Choose to fight for yourself in a healthy way. Get professional help. End the stigma. When you go to a psychiatrist, it doesn't mean you're crazy. When your friend or your loved one goes to a psychiatrist, it doesn't mean they're crazy. You're crazy for thinking that. You're not just crazy for thinking that. You're actually, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be, but no, it doesn't mean that if you have mild depression or even major depression, it doesn't mean that you're crazy, that you're a lunatic. You know, only a doctor can say that. And even if you were diagnosed with a mental disorder, that is what medical help is for. To help you get better, to get you the right treatment, the proper treatment, to help empower you with the right tools, the right strategies, the right techniques to actually help yourself. Even when your friends are not around, when your family cannot support you because they don't understand, they're also feeling lost in this whole thing. When the doctor is away in a convention in Geneva, at least you're left with these tools to help yourself. Just get yourself diagnosed with the right diagnosis. Remember, don't be afraid. Don't worry about what other people are going to say. Those other people, those who would think ill of you, who would think you're weak, you're a coward, you don't choose yourself, you're not trying hard enough to fight this, to fight whatever it is, this formless, senseless, nameless thing you're going through. They may love you, but I may love you, But none of us are truly and fully equipped to take you out of this depressive, this dark, this dizzying orbit of depression. Come on, guys. If you experience all the symptoms that I just mentioned, just remind, okay, remember, I did not invent these symptoms. I read it from psychiatry.org. Okay, you can like Google it online. Don't just read articles. Go to a medical website, go to a hospital website, and try to research what the symptoms are. Don't self-diagnose, okay? You may or may not be depressed, but one thing is for sure, there is something going on in your body, in your mind, and it is your responsibility to find out exactly what it is and to find out how you can deal with it the healthy way, the self-loving way. Please don't be afraid. Many of us are choosing to help ourselves because please remember, no matter how much our family, our friends love us and support us, chances are they may not be able to give you the real help that you need. They can be there and they will be there to support you through it. But you need to put a label, the correct label in it, and that is the only time that you can actually take real strong steps toward coping with it and towards getting better, whatever it is. Okay, 17 minutes. I'm really sorry, guys. This has been too long. But remember, I'm not a doctor. I was diagnosed with depression in 2016, a whole year after my first symptoms came out and destroyed my life. So I'm just sharing with you everything that I've learned from my own journey through depression and bipolar disorder. And you may find it is beneficial to you if you think you are going through the same things or if you're scared that you might go through the same things. But please don't take my advice as medical expertise. No, I'm no medical expert. Please, that is what I'm telling you. Go to the doctor. If you don't want to go to a doctor, then go to a counselor. Talk to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Okay? Okay, this is the Hope Junkie. If you feel like this video is going to help or be beneficial to others, to you, to loved ones, to friends, then please share this with them and subscribe to my channel. Okay? The Hope Junkie. I'm hooked on hope, but I'm no addict. I'll see you guys. Bye.